Also, finally, after 2 months, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings goes home to join his ancestors. A sudden death which occurred on the 12th of November at the Konadu Teaching Hospital took the nation by surprise. The whole of this week there's been ceremonies and then funeral rites after funeral rites. Yesterday his body was laid in state at the Accra International Conference Center, and then at the Black Star Square a lot of people were paying tributes to him as he finally goes home to join his ancestors. And one person who couldn't read a tribute was none other than his wife, the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. On the behalf of Princess Enima, Agyeman Rawlings did that favor of reading the tribute to their daddy. According to Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings was everything, and then according to her, he was made just for her. They were just made for each other. At a point in time, during the Kumi Preko demonstration and all of that, the women movements that Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings came up with, or say Rawlings na encourage, Rawlings na sesa na brabo, Rawlings na eche na say obetumi aye, Rawlings na strengthen, Rawlings was everything as a woman, everything she needed was found in Jerry John Rawlings. At a point in time, even Enima Agyeman Rawlings couldn't read a tribute as she broke down in tears. She had to be supported by her elder sister, Dr. Zenato Agyeman Rawlings. It was therefore a tribute to him. It was a sad sight to behold.
Tribute by the wife, Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. Wonder at the world. We skipped along with heads held high. Our flag of hope unfurled. Enthusiasm filled our. But then our path grew steep and rough, and clouds obscured the sun. Through troubled times, to ease the hurt away, with caring hands and gentle touch, it helped us through each day. So as the road goes winding on, step bravely, mile by mile. Just as the poem states, we started on a journey, one that was free and easy in spirit. I was innocent and you were streetwise. There was so much I did not know and understand about the real life outside their roof. I had to learn to understand how to be streetwise, move along with the flow of your friends and acquaintances, but it still did not sit well with me. It went against all the upbringing I ever changes its spots. I was who I was based on family values. I decided I could not change for the sake of love. You finally understood me, to take me as I am. Snooty. I refused to accept that. I said it was based on my values. We had our ups and downs. However, our foundation of love for each other kept us together. We got married, but it did not sit well with me, and I said no. And you very quickly told me you were just tricking me to see my reaction. Family was very important to me. That is all I knew. So it wasn't a military wedding. Because of your disillusionment, there are several reasons we send girls to school. That when you get married, you advised you to encourage me in my endeavors because I tried. It was not easy, but I knew I had you as my support. All morning, cleaning the house and doing all manner of chores before I asked too tiresome or bothersome for you, as you sought to take care of your young family. Which meant, let the darkness in. Intelligence, culminating in the historic trial after the May 15th uprising. Quote Iris Hailsden, but then our path grew steep and rough and clouds obscured the sun. As problems raised their worried heads, we indeed lost our sense of fun. Our little oasis to an open refuge for all manner of people that believed in your Paldia Santwa. It felt like the nation went into our apartment, strangers and friends, visions we had for the children. December Revolution started. With all the difficulties, improvements to the national economy were clearly visible, and I would bring the girls over to visit on weekends and fortnightly. They never could hold back their excitement. Give me your eyes and ears to what was going on around the country. You trusted in the integrity and support. We were able to make the fight for women and children's rights a reality with the passing of the instruments to your concern for your nation when you were made aware of the difficulties women were facing in the country. You never hesitated assiduously on empowering the Ghanaian women. I knew my passion to transform the lives of women could become a reality. I had dreams of improving the lives of the urban poor communities. They totally disagreed with my style. I changed lanes like a sports car, pushing past 2 trucks driving side by side. I decided to move from the north to the south, east to the west of Ghana. Reports got to you that I was disturbing the People's Defense Committees. After listening to my rationale, you gave me a thumbs up in many fields. With all the opposition I got within the PNDC government, only one male appointee supported me, BBD Asamoah, who urged me on with the women's programs I was doing, since they hold half of the sky. So their empowerment will reflect on how the children in Ghana will grow and develop as well. To raise my own funds, if I felt the cause was important enough, I went all around the world. But I know that God created us for each other. We believed in each other and in our dreams. I dare say we did not do a bad job. As you worked as irrespective of their origins or creed, we were a team apart in my own way. You always said you did not need titles to define you, so you remained flight lieutenant. But for most, you remained chairman. To me, you were and always will be Jerry, my love, my love. He's the kaleidoscope of the rainbow, the rich gleam of the fox's fur, the shy gaze, the whisper in the wind, the song in the rain, a day, an eternity. Rest in perfect peace, my love. May you...
Wife, Nana Konadu Ajiman Rawlings, read by Princess Amina.
Alright people, that was Princess Enima Ajiman Rawlings paying tribute to her daddy on behalf of Nana Konadu Ajiman Rawlings. And then before we go into other dignitaries who also poured out, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, will go to a tribute. But before that, let me say a very big thank you to Magic Herbal Spa and Hospital. Magic Herbal Bromasoe, Omia Ultrasound, Omia Laboratory Service, Omusa El Pretty Eye Clinic. Ms. Cheryl, call the numbers on your screen right now and then get in touch with Magic Herbal Spa and Hospital. Adebia Onya Bia no Ombeya Ma Opeso Show Mujemu Laboratory Service. Unya glasses or any other things, you would enhance your sight and your vision. Na bibia aye kama amao. One other person, as I was saying, who also paid this tribute was none other than the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. At the point in time, now man force you, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and Rawlings, they are not the best of friends. At a point in time during the Kumi Preku demonstration around the late 90s, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo demonstrating against the then government of Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. Tensions were a little bit high, and then Nana Addo Akufo-Addo say their relationship was a relationship of indifference. At a point in time, they didn't understand each other, but getting to the latter part of politics, no, Rawlings said, Nana Addo say at the latter part, no, maybe Jerry John Rawlings was closer to Nana Addo Akufo-Addo than his own party leader, John Dramani Mahama. For Yankoti Nana Addo Yaba Yebetwas.
Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo to read his tribute. Mr. President, you will sing. Thank you, sir.
Tribute to His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, first President of the Fourth Republic. But a meteor that did not burst into flames and disintegrate like all meteors do. On the contrary, in the sands of time. The turbulent occurrences of the 1970s in Ghana, the overthrow of the Second Republic, and the progress of power by the Colonel Ike Champong-led National Redemption Council, and subsequently the Supreme Military Council, the proscription of multi-party democracy, the professional, strong, entrenched military rule through the union government concept, the formation of the People's Movement for Freedom and Justice, PMFJ, to mobilize the no vote in the referendum, the consequences of the vote and the conspiracy to abduct the Electoral Commissioner in General Fred Akufo in his stead culminated in the emergence of Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings in the political space of our country. Carries ascribed by many Ghanaians to the man, Jerry John Rawlings, by the abortive coup of May 15, 1979. His trial, an important insight into his character, when he stood up before the military tribunal to accept sole responsibility to be absolved and freed by the tribunal. The great events that were to define his character and career, whilst awaiting execution of his sentence, he was dramatically freed from prison by the insurgents of what has come to be known as the June 4th uprising, when junior officers and other ranks of the Ghana Armed Forces banded together to throw out the Supreme, headed by Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. Thereafter, JJ to all and sundry in Ghana. It is no wonder that he came to regard June 4th as, quote, that defined day, unquote. He re-emerged that brought the short-lived Third Republic to an end on 31st December 1981. The tumultuous and at times PDNC rule are matters of record, winning him passionate admirers, vociferous critics, and determined lifelong enemies, all at the same time. He was the longest-serving ruler, civilian president, making 19 years in all. He was fortified in his work by his union with his celebrated consort, the equally dynamic Nana Konadu Ajiman Rawlings, who proved to be a sturdy pillar and invaluable companion to the very end, and who bore him 4 children. It was no secret that the relation that existed between the two of us, right from the heady days of 1979 through to my brief period in exile, his assumption of office as the first president of the Fourth Republic, the historic to be my elected the 2008 NPP presidential candidate, was one of open animosity. We did not see eye to eye. However, with time, things changed. Perspectives. One thing we had in common was our mutual commitment to public service. My visit to his Ridge residence in 2012 signified the easing of tensions between us, leading to a friendship that lasted for the better part of some 8 years. Indeed, when the Ghanaian people in 2016, one of the first persons on whom I paid a courtesy call was His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. From my entry into office right up to the day, I knew that in moments of difficulty in my presidency, I could count on his considerable wealth of experience and knowledge. On those, he advanced to me at the funeral of his late mother, Madam Victoria Agbotui, held at the forecourt of the State House on 24th October, to receive special prayers as the only surviving son. He told the men of God to wait. To my ears as I stood beside him, I reminded them that they should pray for you also, because you had also lost, that his well-known oft-cited ideals of probity and accountability, in which he invested a great deal of his political capital, have been enshrined in the Constitution of the Fourth Republic and principles on which social order is to be developed in Ghana. There are many who acknowledge him as the founder of the Fourth Republic, a republic which has proved to be the most enduring and stable in our history, and which has witnessed 8 successive elections, 3 peaceful changes of government from one party to another, and 5 presidents. For all his revolutionary acts in our country of respecting the 2-term limit of the presidency and superintending the orderly transfer of power to his democratically elected successor. Whilst he was with us, he respectfully declined an offer I made to him in 2017 to have the university after him. His reason was that, in adhering to a long-standing principle, he did not want to have any national monument or facility named after him. 2 days after his passing, at the 21st congregation of UDS, be accorded him. I am glad that this has found favor with his family, and the necessary formalities will be carried out to achieve this. That is, Tamale. Days associated with his political intervention in Ghanaian history, i.e. 15 significant days in the calendar of the nation. But the most significant of them all must be 7th January 1993. Commemorate 7th January as Constitution Day on the national calendar. The women whose efforts led to the establishment of the Fourth Republic. It is my hope and prayer that he remains for the Constitution and its enshrined term limits have endured. His unwavering positions on all matters concerning the destiny, and was quick to voice his views on them. His chairmanship of the ECOWAS of John Ajekum Kufuor, John Dramani Mahama and I, the 2nd, 4th, and 5th representatives of that high office, reinforcing the Pan-African vocation, which has been an essential element of Ghanaian public policy since independence. American revolutionaries, Fidel Castro, Hugo Chavez, and Daniel Octava, a nickname which seemed to please. Positive verdict on his contribution to the evolution of our nation and the entrenchment of its democratic institutions and culture. It is entirely appropriate and of the nation for that contribution. My wife Rebecca and our children join me in expressing our sincere, heartfelt condolences to his beloved wife, Nana Konadu, his children, Ezanato, Yasantua, figures of modern Ghanaian history, a man whose sense of humor was truly infectious. Comandante, rest and abide in perfect peace in the bosom of the Almighty until we all meet again on the last day of the resurrection. Farewell, God bless, and thank you for all your help.
His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of...
A big tree has fallen. Ghana has really lost a big man, and then a big leader, a visionary, a legend. This legend is still going to live on. And then the 1992 Constitution I enjoying was carved under Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. But Jerry stands for Jeremiah. Rawlings was called Jeremiah John Rawlings, and then Yayen Jerry John Rawlings. But Senator Bian Yamebusian for Yako, we sympathize and mourn with all Ghanaians in these troubling times, especially our sincerest condolences to the family of Mr. Rawlings. Nana Konadu, Kimati, and all members of the Rawlings family. A Ghana page will say our sincerest condolences. A friend Gypsum, Betimia Fremo, MC General Army Taba.